a channel or a community as you start your sewing journey, or as you continue, you know, as a designer, a sewist, a creative, or anything of that nature, you've definitely found the right channel. Guys, it's your girl LADUR, and today I am dropping the very first tutorial for LADUR Society. So if this sounds like something you're into, fashion, creating, all of that, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if this video helps you or if you need any further information on how to create these leggings. I'm a clothing brand owner, a fashion designer, a podcast mogul, love fashion, everything about it. So today's pattern is from Mood, and they have a beautiful sewing society and community as well. They offer a bunch of free patterns. I've compiled a list of over 100 patterns and other sources and put them in one PDF file where I include the PDFs for the patterns, the instructions, fabric recommendations, and just any personal notes that I found while using the patterns if I was able to get to it. If you're interested in that, I'll link it below. There is a small fee for the file because it did take me time to create. So yeah, let's get into the video.
So when cutting out your pattern pieces, you want to make sure that you're cutting it directly on the grain line as mentioned for the legs and the waistband on the fold. This is extremely important because you want to make sure you only have one piece for the waistband. After that, you're going to go ahead and sew the crotch of both sides. When sewing fabrics with stretch, I like to use a piece of tissue so that the machine doesn't eat up the fabric. After this, you're going to align both the front and back pieces together so that you can pin the inseam, taking note of your notches, and sew a straight line directly down. Taking note of your notches is extremely important because you don't want to end up with leggings that aren't symmetrical. This helps you keep everything in line and sew things in their right place.
After you sew the outseam together, you should pretty much see the leggings taking its form. This is also a good point to try the leggings on to make sure it's your size and that everything is fitting how you want it to fit. I'm 5'2½", so it kind of gives me a heads up that, hey, I'm going to probably need to hem it a little bit more than what's advised. So I did the pattern in a size 8'10", but it's still like super loose on me in some places. It shouldn't look like that. So I went ahead and pinned this leg to make it more tight, and I'm just gonna take it back to the sewing machine and re-sew the outer seam so it can be a lot more fitted. Once I see that this is to my liking, then I'll go ahead and proceed to the waistband. Okay, so this is after altering one leg. You can clearly see that this leg is more fitted. It's fitting a lot better. Now we need to pin this one, and it's still really baggy. But okay, so we are all done with the alterations, and we've trimmed off the excess fabric. Now those fit nice, tight, and snug. Now we're gonna get started with the waistband. You wanna make sure you fold your waistband in half and that it's even. Depending on what type of fabric you're using will determine how you want to pin it, or if you want to stitch the center seam and the side seam and the back seam down. Okay guys, so now that you have stitched the width of the waistband, you're going to go ahead and fold it over and take note of where your notches are on your side seams. Your center back, of course, is where you have the seam, and then your center front. I like to color coordinate, so whenever I'm working with notches on a pattern, I always put the notches in red so I'm able to easily identify where the notches are. This is the waistband at the top. I tucked it in so it's easier to manage. We're gonna go ahead and go over to the sewing machine. So I wanted to add a piece of elastic to the waistband to just provide additional support. So as I sewed the waistband around, I left 2 inches so I could feed the elastic through with a safety pin. I've been trying it on and measuring it to the perfect fit of where I feel comfortable with the elastic. Now I am just going to cut the excess elastic, stitch back and forth with a zigzag stitch to make sure the elastic is extra secure, let it ride up, and finish closing the waistband. And there you go. That's how you make the Ixia leggings. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see me make next.